Had some yummy insights today that I thought I would share just while it's on top of mind. You know, it's interesting. We have a lot of tendency to force things, to figure out hows, to strategize, diagnose problems, all these kind of things that we use our brain to do as human beings. But that's not how best to flow. It's funny, it's taken me a lot of years to get to this point. And I was in a coaching conversation earlier this afternoon trying to help someone else find this out. You know, 20 often says, as far as business goes, double your income and work half the time. It's one of his strategies, right? One of his tenets, really. And so I was working with someone, and this is somebody that definitely works with both of us. So he's familiar with 20's work, so I was able to share those things, and he knew where I was coming from with it. But what I tried to get through to him and what I wanted to share here today is the amount of allowing and giving in to the desire that it takes, as opposed to forcing, making it happen, hustle, grind, all those things that you probably were taught. I know I was taught in business school, you know. I was taught just in regular school, right? The whole hourly process, the harder you work, the more you get paid. The more hours you put in, the more you get paid, right? But it's just not true. It's a bad model, and it's one that keeps you stuck and keeps you tired and keeps you from knowing who you really are and the power that you have. So I was talking to this client about allowing and embodying the person that you want to be. If you were already that person, as Neville said, what would you be thinking? What would you be doing? How would you see the world, and how would the world see you? And I was able to share my personal experiences, which actually line up really well with this client. He had gone through some of the same things. You know, I spent almost 2 years living out of a car, not because I didn't have income, but because I didn't care about it. Gone through emotional things, right? Was blaming things. This is after I toured the world as a hip-hop act. This is after I managed $1 million restaurants. After I met Dr. Wayne Dyer, right? But I'd gone through a messy divorce. My then ex-wife and son moved from the city where we lived. And I was blaming, right? I wasn't seeing any opportunities. I got stuck in the donut, as 20 would say, right? So I was sharing all this with the client, and he was relating because he had been in similar situations and is going through a lot of that right now, trying to get to a point where he felt comfortable stepping out of a 9-to-5 with insurance and those type of things and moving on to more of an entrepreneurial type of mindset, doing what he really loved. And so that's what it came down to, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It's getting out of your own way. It's allowing and embodying the person that you want to be. That's it. That's all you have to do. Once you figure out the desire, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? What are the things you want to do? Right? Then you don't have to figure out the how. You just have to embody it. You just have to embody it. Those things start coming to you. Those actions become natural. You take natural action towards things because that's what you do when you're an entrepreneur. That's what you do when you own a business. Or whatever yours is, right? That's what a healthy person does. Right? Whatever your assumption is, those things come to you automatically. But you got to get out of your own head. You got to get out of your own way. You got to quit blaming other things. And even worse than blaming, you got to quit giving credit to other people, places, and things. You create your life. You do. Your assumptions. Your awareness of being. At any point, you can imagine a better life for yourself and step into it. So I'd invite you to do that.
Alrighty, it's the 20th of January. And this one goes to Tony Doyle. You know, I'm going to be honest, I can't even remember what I talked about or you talked about yesterday. And to me, that's good. It's also good when I remember. It's good when I forget. When I came to Australia, there were a couple things I fell in love with besides Victoria. One was, it's all good. The second one was, people call each other love here. It's okay, love. Come over here. I go, wow. See, you don't do that in the States, at least not where I come from. It's like, oh, it's over here, love. Let me show you. I just, melt. I find being open. I find being willing to discover, to explore, to be such a marvelous way of life. I just did a podcast on the special person manifesting, and I mentioned something in there. I don't want to be your special person. I want to be your dance partner, because you can have a lot of dance partners. I love that Tony has many dance partners in many areas of his life. Not just one project, not just one teacher, not just one client. When I look around the garden here, the garden is nothing more than Victoria pushed out. The garden is nothing more than a symptom of the states that Victoria and I live from. And I look around the garden and I see variety. I see lushness. I see richness. I see what has taken, what some people would say, years of hard work. I will call daily cultivation. I'm curious about you. What are you cultivating in your life today? Life is so different when you let it be about your day. Instead of, alrighty, it takes a long time to build a garden. For the next 4 years, we're going to work on this aspect of the garden. Oh boy, that makes me tired just thinking about it. You see, your states can make you tired. Your states can let you be giving life so energetically and so lovingly that the garden is my dance partner. My wife is my dance partner. Tony Doyle is my dance partner. I've danced with some lovely people. I plan on dancing with plenty more. And here's what's really cool. At the end of the day, if you make it about a special person, if you make it about a special place, if you make it about a special point in time. You see, I was beat to death when I was 23. I think that's the first time I've mentioned that here. I don't let my life revolve around what happened when I was 23. 4 months on the job, 5 months married, or the other way around. 5 months on the job, 4 months married. Life over. PTSD. Night sweats, flashbacks, horrors. Mysterious injuries that some took decades to heal because I didn't know no better. But here's what's fun, guys. Here's what's really fun. I could make my life about that special point in time. Or I could live what Tony and I talk about, a dream-driven day. See, that's one of the courses I offer. I just love it. Victoria and I put that together 2 years ago because we noticed almost nobody has a functional now. A lot of people talk about the power of now. I find most junkies are pretty now-oriented, right? Now, right? When they're taking their drug, when they want their drug. I mean, they say they have to learn consequence. I say they just need to learn a functional now. And I've done a lot of work with what people call junkies, because I notice so many people don't have functional nows. So, here's what I want you to do today. I want you to notice, what are you cultivating? What a lovely word. What are you cultivating in your garden today? Because here our garden is Victoria all pushed out. Here our garden is a symptom of the states we live from. And I invite you to explore and enjoy that. See ya.